welcome to Thai Pulse, your weekly window into Thailand's buzzworthy stories.
Tonight's program is a tribute to the enduring grace and devotion of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, along with other interesting news concerning Thailand.
Alright, let's dive to this week's Pulse.
As for today, this week, we're going to start off with a profile on Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. So without further ado, let's dive in. So Queen Sirikit was born on August 12, 1932 in Bangkok at a pivotal moment in Thai history as the country was transitioning to a constitutional monarchy. She was the eldest daughter of Prince Chanthaburi Suvarnat and Mom Luang Busaba Kittiyakon. Her formal education began at Rachini School and continued at St. Francis Xavier Convent, where she nurtured a passion for classical music and the piano. After World War II, when her father served as Thailand's ambassador to the UK and France, she gained exposure to Western culture and art, experiences that enriched her global outlook. In 1948, in Paris, she met King Bhumibol Adulyadej, or King Rama IX, who was studying in Switzerland at the time. The engagement followed, and they married on April 28, 1950, the day after his coronation. Once queen, her role quickly extended beyond ceremonial duties. She accompanied His Majesty across Thailand, traveling to remote and rural areas and immersing herself in the lives of ordinary Thais. In 1956, during the king's temporary ordination as a Buddhist monk, Queen Sirikit served as regent of Thailand, a clear demonstration of her leadership and capability. But it was her commitment to rural development, cultural preservation, and women's empowerment that distinguished her. Through the Support Foundation, she championed traditional handicrafts, sustainable livelihoods for women in remote areas, and the revival of Thai fabrics and arts. One of her signature philosophies was planting forests in people's hearts, not just reforestation in the physical sense, but cultivating environmental awareness, community spirit, and economic self-reliance. For her boundless love and selfless dedication to the people, she was honored with the title Mother of the Nation. Her Majesty's blend of elegance, simplicity, and resilience became a role model for Thai women and a global symbol of cultural refinement. Each year on August 12th, her birthday, Thais commemorate her role, linking it with the National Mother's Day celebration, a moment of gratitude, love, and reflection. Internationally, her fashion flourished as soft diplomacy. She often wore Thai silk and traditional attire on state visits, symbolizing national pride while engaging global audiences. Her poise and refined presence made her equally admired abroad and at home. What does her legacy mean for Thailand today? First, it underscores leadership rooted in service and presence, visiting remote villages, listening to communities, and acting to uplift them. Second, it emphasizes cultural identity. Her championing of Thai textiles, arts, and heritage helped bring local craftsmanship into the modern economy. Third, for practitioners like us in hosting, media, and communications, her example shows how elegance, clarity of purpose, and authenticity in public engagement matter. Finally, in an era of rapid change, her life reminds us that national unity, humility, and devotion remain powerful anchors. Whether in promoting rural livelihoods, preserving the environment, or representing Thailand abroad, her imprint is visible. And that concludes our profile on Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, a lifetime of grace, devotion, and service to the Thai people.
So for those who would like to pay respect before the royal urn, the Grand Palace is open now. Please bring your ID card and passport as well. Moving on to the next issue. We're still at the royal duty, but this one just took place last week. His Majesty King Mahawachiralongkorn and Her Majesty Queen Suthida visited China for the first time in 50 years, right, as its official visit. since the establishment of diplomatic ties between the two nations. The visit lasted 4 days between 13th to 17th, and Their Majesty arrived in Beijing on the 14th and greeted by President Xi Jinping and his spouse, which is Professor Ping Li-yuan, along with other Chinese senior officials. And during the welcome ceremony, China fired a 21-gun salute at Tiananmen Square, which symbolizes the highest level of respect in accordance with international military tradition. Well, there were many key engagements during this visit, including an official state dinner at the Great Hall of the People. If you look into Chinese media and among Chinese citizens, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit was very much complimented for her gown, which is like black Thai silk woven with golden threads. She wore kind of like a brooch made of black sapphire in the shape of the turtle, which in Chinese culture symbolizes longevity, security, and also strength. So the Chinese netizens praised her for her attention and for her preparation in respect of the host country. And after Their Majesties visited important cultural and religious sites such as Buddha's relics at Lingguang Temple in Beijing. And they also observed China's national progress, especially in science, technology, innovation, and education, including visits to the Space Technology Institute, the Educational Technology and Resource Development Center, and the Humanoid Robotics Center in Beijing. And before returning to Thailand, Their Majesties had visited the Palace Museum in Beijing. Well, although this is the first state visit in 50 years by the Thai monarch, but relationship between Thailand and China dates back a very long time ago. Back 25 years ago, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, paid an official visit to China as well to celebrate the 25th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Thailand and China on behalf of His Majesty the King Rama IX. This visit marked Her Majesty's first official overseas trip in several decades. And when His Majesty the King Mahavajiralongkorn was a crown prince, he visited China as well many times also, as you can see in the photos now. But if you talk about the Thai royals who had very deep relationship with China, of course you think about Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn. Her Royal Highness received numerous awards from various Chinese institutions in recognition of her role as a goodwill ambassador. She's also the first princess in the world to study Chinese language at Peking University, where she spent 1 month in study. But all these visits, from Thai side to Chinese side, don't include many times of visit of very high-ranked Chinese officials, including Chinese presidents in Thailand, and welcomed by Thai royal family as well. Right. But Thailand and China has a very deep relationship, not limited to diplomatic relations, but in other aspects as well, like social, cultural. It dates back 700 years ago. It started from trade initially, and then led to many aspects like migration. Many Chinese migrated to Thailand 100 years ago because at that time there were civil wars in China, and they kind of escaped to Thailand, and they settled down very well in Thailand. The Chinese culture blended very well with Thai culture. Many Thai people have Chinese descendants. I'm sure you do as well. Well, I do as well.
I am part.
Yeah. I think a very good example is it's Chinese New Year, which is a huge festivity in Thailand, right? And that shows how the culture is well blend all together. But if we talk about other aspects like trade aspects, for example, China has been Thailand's #1 trading partner for the past 12 years. We export many things to China, but the first top two is the fruits and the rubber products. But at the same time, we import from China as well The major imports include electrical machinery and components, industrial machinery, and household electrical appliances. We do have the Chinese Cultural Center in Bangkok, which was founded in 2012, and this is the first Chinese cultural center in Southeast Asia.
Up next is severe flooding across Thailand, which is still ongoing, especially in central areas of Thailand. So satellite images taken on November 11th has shown that more than 2.44 million rai, that's nearly 4,000 square kilometers underwater across 17 provinces. So with many fields flooded for weeks and certain areas like in Ayutthaya province are facing a flood for months now. Right. So the economic impact will be significant. Now let's take a look at the impact on agriculture. So with tens of thousands of rice fields submerged, risk of lost harvest due to prolonged standing water, farmers unable to access farmlands to rescue crops, and livestock evacuated in some areas. So I think the timing is especially damaging because many farmers are at the peak of their annual harvesting season.
Right.
So yeah, that's a big challenge for the farmers right now. Authorities have set up relief centers, distributed emergency supplies, and continuing to monitor weakened flood barriers and dams. But if you have been following up with all the updates of flooding across Thailand, you would know that even though with all of these reliefs, but it's merely helping because many are still suffering for weeks and months as well.
So I hope it's going to be better very soon. All right, we take a short break now. Up next, the 33rd SEA Games coming to Thailand and the WHO naming sunscreen as essential medicine. Don't go away.
For years, the lady slipper orchid, known for its unique pouch-shaped bloom, was heavily targeted by illegal collectors. Many of these orchids were smuggled abroad, leaving the species at risk of disappearing entirely from Thailand's forests. Concerned by this rapid loss, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit initiated an effort to conserve and restore native orchid species, particularly the lady's slipper orchid, which holds both ecological and cultural significance. Her late Majesty's dedication to environmental preservation has long been evident in her royal initiatives to protect forests, watersheds, and wildlife. On January 22nd of 1992, while attending the 4th Asia-Pacific Orchid Conference and Exhibition at Ma Chou University in Chiang Mai, Her Majesty expressed concern that many beautiful Thai orchids were disappearing from the wild. She emphasized the importance of conserving native orchid species to maintain Thailand's natural balance and biodiversity. A year later, in 1993, Her late Majesty discussed the issue with then Lieutenant General Yingyot Chodpimai, commander of the 3rd Army Region. This conversation led to the creation of the Doi Intanon Ladies Slipper Orchid Conservation Project, the first royal initiative dedicated specifically to this rare orchid. The project was established in Ma Hong Son province to survey, cultivate, and reintroduce the species into its native environment. The project expanded in 2004 when the Department of National Parks, Wildlife, and Plant Conservation established another center in Doi Intanon National Park in Chiang Mai. Together, the two centers have become vital hubs for orchid propagation, botanical research, and reforestation efforts under the royal guidance of His Majesty the King, who continues to carry forward Her late Majesty Queen Sirikit's environmental vision. Today, the Doi Intanon Orchid Conservation Projects safeguard 62 species of orchids, totaling more than 3,600 plants. 10 of those species, about 600 plants, have already been successfully reintroduced into their natural habitats. Beyond scientific work, the project plays an important role in raising environmental awareness among local communities. Residents are encouraged to participate in orchid conservation, helping to prevent illegal collection and fostering a sense of pride in preserving Thailand's natural treasures. The initiative has become a model for ecotourism, offering visitors the chance to experience rare orchids in their natural surroundings while supporting local livelihoods. Through this balance of conservation and community engagement, the project continues to flourish as a living tribute to the Queen Mother's enduring love for nature. The Lady Slipper orchid now blooms once again across Thailand's northern forests, a vibrant symbol of Her late Majesty Queen Sirikit's boundless compassion and lifelong commitment to protecting the nation's precious natural heritage for generations to come.
During Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother's royal visit to the northern provinces of Thailand, Her Majesty graciously learned of the many hardships faced by local villagers, particularly their lack of occupational knowledge and access to adequate food sources for daily living. Deeply concerned for their well-being, Her Majesty expressed her royal wish to improve the quality of life of the people. Guided by this vision, Her Majesty graciously initiated the establishment of a model farm, a center for agricultural training. The first of these farms was established in 1997 at Ban Khun Tat, Jom Thong District, Chiang Mai Province. The model farm project under the Royal Initiative was created to provide employment and improve living standards for rural communities. The project encourages villagers to pursue stable occupations and earn reliable incomes to support their families. It also promotes raising native livestock and sustainable food sources and emphasizes the conservation of natural resources to preserve ecological richness for future generations. Furthermore, the project serves as a center for agricultural education, research, and technology transfer. In addition, Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, sought to extend assistance to those affected by the 1997 economic crisis, particularly individuals who had lost their employment. To provide them with sustainable opportunities, Her Majesty graciously commanded the expansion of the Model Farm project to other provinces across all regions of Thailand, now covering more than 17 locations nationwide. On the auspicious occasion of Her Majesty's birthday anniversary on August 12, 2002, Her Majesty delivered a royal address to well-wishers who came to offer their birthday felicitations at Dusit Dalai Hall, Jitlada Villa, Dusit Palace. In part, Her Majesty stated, quote, "I once thought that if each country could increase its food production, it would greatly help prevent famine in the future. That is why I initiated the Model Farm project. Moreover, when villagers came to me and said they had no work, and even after finishing their studies, they could not find employment, I allowed them to work at the model farms. At the same time, they learned the correct methods of raising livestock. and when they left, they could use that knowledge to raise their animals properly and sustainably, end quote. The model farm project under the Royal Initiative at Ban Khun Tet, Jom Tong District, Chiang Mai Province, has successfully created livelihoods and sustainable food sources for its residents in Doi Gao sub-district, as well as for residents of nearby communities. The project has also revitalized the local ecosystem through reforestation with native rattan species, the construction of mixed and semi-permanent check dams, and watershed rehabilitation efforts. These initiatives have restored the moisture balance of the surrounding forests and created sustainable water sources for household consumption and agriculture. Today, more than 800 households benefit from these resources, living in harmony with nature and in accordance with Her Majesty's enduring vision of self-reliance and well-being.
Welcome back to the second segment of Thai Pulse. We are going to talk about sport as the beginning, as an important event which is going to take place in Bangkok. So Bangkok prepares to host the Southeast Asian or SEA Games from December 9th to 20th. The Games will be hosted in 10 provinces across Thailand, but the three main host cities will be Bangkok, Chonburi, and Songkhla. And Bangkok, of course, is the main hub for the Games, hosting over 30 kinds of sports, and also the opening and closing ceremonies at the Rashmangala National Stadium. Apart from the 30 medal sports that will be hosted, this year SEA Games will feature 3 demonstration sports. So the 3 demonstration sports are flying disc, the one that we play on the beach.
All right, okay.
Right. And the other one is air sports, including paragliding and powered paragliding. And the last one, my favorite, tug of war.
Tug of war.
Tug of war, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I knew it was a sport, but I didn't know that they would include this in the Games, right? So, and the other kind of sport is value-added sport, which is MMA. The official torch relay already started on the morning of November 16th. Bangkok Governor Chachat Sittipan lit the first torch, and the flame was then passed to the young Thai athletes like Wari Raya Sukasem, a national skateboarder. She's very young.
Oh, yeah.
And Balang Thaptimdang, the latest world taekwondo champion. And the first torchbearer was Major Sombat Banchamek, a very well-renowned Muay Thai fighter, before the relay continued around Bangkok for 60 kilometers. Right? That's the beginning. And the games that come together is the 13th ASEAN Para Games, which will take place in Nakhon Ratchasima.
Up next is something also very essential, and this was declared early September. And in Thailand, news were talking about this around late October. With the facts from WHO, they had added therapeutic broad-spectrum sunscreen with SPF 50+, particularly to protect high-risk groups, such as people with albinism, to both its model list of essential medicines, or EML, and the essential medicines for children, EMLC. Strong evidence shows that regular daily sunscreen use dramatically reduces the risk of ultraviolet or UV-induced skin damage and skin cancer, especially in populations lacking natural pigment protection. Further, advocacy groups highlight that in some regions, up to 90% of people with albinism develop skin cancer or die prematurely due to unprotected sun exposure. And also, with the numbers around the world of patients with skin cancer is on the rise as well. So I think this is a very good declaration for many. And traditionally, sunscreen has been treated as a cosmetic product. something you buy in a pharmacy or a beauty shop, right? So what does this mean for the countries around the world? Okay, so this means that countries are encouraged to treat effective sunscreen like any other medicine for disease prevention. And who benefits most from this change? Of course, it's a high-risk group, people with albinism, outdoor workers, those in high UV regions like Thailand, and children. And it is also a human rights and equity measure. Denying access to effective sun protection in hot climates is increasingly seen as a social injustice. The listing thus has symbolic and practical significance. And what does this mean for Thailand? This means that the implications are big, because Thailand is a tropical country and quite humid as well, with intense year-round sun. UV exposure is a real health issue, which is sunscreen. You might consider it to be a skincare type kind of thing, but now it's very essential to use it on a daily basis. And also the FDA and Ministry of Public Health may revisit rules on sunscreen labeling, distribution in public clinics, pricing, or subsidies. So in conclusion, if you're not using sunscreen already, now is the right time to do so. You can visit the pharmacy or the beauty shop.
All right, for now, let's move on to cooler topic, from sunscreen to winter. My favorite time of the year. Winter in Thailand officially begins. You feel it this morning?
Yes, I mean the temperature has gone down like around 3 days ago. You can actually feel it, and it feels so great. Especially
it feels
if
so
you're
great.
on the rooftop.
It's our favorite topic. I mean, for Thais, because we are a tropical country, right? And winter is like the time that we can wear winter attire that has been kept in our closet for forever. We just dress something perhaps not the fur and the boots, but something that feel more like Christmas mood, So winter in Thailand officially, of course, begins. The weather in Bangkok dropped and has become more chilly, especially in the morning. But in the north, whose majority of areas are mountainous, people definitely feel it. Like at Doi Intanon Summit in Chiang Mai province, which is Thailand's highest peak, people started to flock there to enjoy the cool breeze. Winter froze, and they kind of like set up tents and spend like 2 days there, breathe the mountain air. The temperature at the summit of Doi Intanon last week has dropped to 6 degrees Celsius. That's in the north, right, which is the area that people would feel cold weather before other parts of Thailand. If you move a bit to central part of Thailand, there are events to be organized in other provinces as well. In Pattaya, for example, the Pattaya International Fireworks Festival 2025 will be organized on November 28th to 29th. This year, the theme would be the light of eternal loyalty, to pay respect to Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. The event will take place in Pattaya. I was there last year, and it was spectacular. You can see like a blend of fireworks and performances, musical performances from famous Thai bands as well. And for those of you who would like to attend, I highly recommend to make hotel bookings first, because the prices, I remember last year, rose a lot, and the reservation was like quite full house. And in Bangkok, there's another Disney theme mini amusement park happening at Central World. Central World Department Store hosts Disney The Magical Stars 2026, which transformed over 3,500 square meters into a Disney theme park. So there are 7 zones. There are like Disney princesses, Disney characters, Mickey Mouse. There's a huge Mickey Mouse, and also like Frozen princess. My favorite. So this amusement park happens already until January 6, 2026.
And those are all the updates this week. Thank you for spending time with us. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, and we'll see you again in the next episode with Thai Pulse. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ